The roll continues. 3-0 sweep. 13-3 run. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven. We are back with some more Major League Baseball best bets for Thursday, July 6th. And we got some more research help because that's what we like to do. So, as you can tell, I'm still sick. You guys can make fun of me all you want for my voice going in and out, but you know what? We're just going to power through. We're just going to do it because I got a lot of info to give to you guys. So, here we go. 3-0 sweep. Holy crap, baby. 13-3 run. It doesn't get much better than that, guys. I love it, love it, love it. Baseball can humble you, so bankroll management is key. Don't start throwing a ton of money out just because you're on a roll. So we're gonna try to keep it going. Someone requested the mole picture that I talked about yesterday when I finally caught the mole. Such a great day. I'll post that on Twitter. That'll be a little easier to see. So, but that's where we're at, guys. We're winding down the first half of the baseball season. I can't believe it. All-Star game, home run derby all next week. Monday through Thursday, no games at all. So let's end with a bang. In this video, we got a lot to give you. Best hitter-pitcher matchups, the pitcher report, of course. And then I'm going to talk about some bullpens, top 5 and bottom 5 bullpens in the last 30 days. And then we finish it off with 2 best bets. That's right, just 2 today. I don't love the slate. I'm not going to lie. I may add a third tomorrow, but right now we just got 2. So let's start out with that bets recap. There it is, guys. Astros -1.5. That got a little sweaty. They were up 5-0 and ended up winning 6-4. But hey, we'll take it. Braves team total over 2.5. It doesn't matter if you got over 2.5, over 3.5. They scored 4 or 5 in the first inning. I just love the Braves offense. It's so good. That was an easy win. And Senga over 5.5 Ks. He cashed that in the 4th inning, guys. Man, what a good day. 13-3 run. We are up 6.26 units on the season now. Finally dug out of a hole and are on our way up now. So here we go. That's the bets recap. Now let's start out with those good hitter matchups. All right, here we go. We got 4 good hitter matchups for you today. Before we do, smash that like button, baby. Let's get over 300 likes for this video. Leave a comment below. Help that algorithm. Help this channel grow. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all the support. Here we go. First one, Willie Adames of the Brewers. He is 8 for 15, 2 home runs versus Marcus Stroman. That is pretty impressive versus him. Brian Reynolds of the Pirates, 5 for 14, 1 home run versus Julio Urias. And then we got Miles Straw of the Guardians, 3 for 8, 1 double, and 2 bombs versus the Christmas tree, Jordan Lyles. And then the final one, Anthony Santander of the Baltimore Orioles, 2 for 6 with 2 bombs versus Luis Severino. That's all we got for that. Now it's time for the good pitcher strikeout matchups. All right, we got 3 good pitcher matchups for you today, and it starts with Mr. Marcus Stroman of the Cubs. He's going up against the Brewers. Brewers have the 3rd highest K percentage versus righties in the last month, 25.8%. Stroman, 92 Ks in 107.2 innings. Next one, Jose Barrios of the Blue Jays going up against the White Sox. White Sox, 7th highest K percentage versus righties at 24.1% in the last month. Barrios, 95 Ks in 101 innings. He's not as good on the road, but still, this is a good matchup for him. And the final one, the guy who has just been dominating this year out of nowhere, Nathan Eovaldi of the Rangers, going up against the Red Sox. Red Sox at the beginning of the year were not a strikeout team at all. Now they're the 9th highest K percentage team versus righties in the last month at 23.4%. So not a lot, but still a decent matchup. Eovaldi, 106 Ks in 112.1 innings. He's going back to his old team. He is pitching in Fenway Park. He's going to be jacked up. He's going to be motivated. So those are the best pitcher strikeout matchups. Now it's time for the pitcher report. All right, here we go. Let's talk some pitcher matchups for July 6th. We got a nice little lefty matchup with Williamson and Gore. And when I say good, I don't mean good because their expected ERAs are ridiculously high. High whips. The over-under in that game is high for a reason. I like the over still. And then we got a nice one with Stroman and Peralta. Peralta's much better at home. Stroman's been solid all season long. The Rays are throwing a bullpen day with Armstrong, so don't look too much into those numbers. He won't throw for very long. The guy I want to talk about real quick, Yuri Perez of the Marlins. Guys, he's been unbelievable this year. Last outing, he didn't make it out of the first inning because he was facing the Braves. Throw that out and look at all the rest of his numbers. It's been unbelievable. Really good at home. I think around a 1 ERA, maybe even lower. But he's been pretty dang good at home. So I don't count the Braves. Braves could hit freaking anybody, honestly. They could hit Nolan Ryan right now. So that's an interesting matchup with Jack Flaherty, who's very hit and miss. And then, yeah, you got the Baltimore Yankees. I think there should be quite a few runs in that one too. So those you got all that K percentage right there. For the leader in that first page looks like it's Yuri Perez, the youngster for the Marlins, with a 28% K rate. So let's move on to page 2 and check out the last 6 matchups. There are 13 games technically. I don't have game 2 of the doubleheader up here because there's no pitchers listed. There's maybe Kikuchi for the Blue Jays, but I just left it out. So we got Barrios in game 1 versus Lynn, just like yesterday. It should have happened. That's a pretty good matchup. Two pitchers that have been a little hit and miss. Well, Lynn's been more than that. He's been struggling. The matchup I like, and it's not even because I'm a Mariners fan, but George Kirby's been unreal this year. If you look at him and Framber Valdez, he has a lower expected ERA, right around the same WHIP. Innings pitch. He's obviously not a much of a strikeout pitcher compared to Valdez, but it's been solid. So runs may be hard to come by in Houston. And then we got Eovaldi. We talked about that one. Cutter Crawford's been pretty good. But Jordan Lyles, man, oh man, he is due for some positive regression. He is coming back after a long absence with an illness. So we'll see how he does in this game. But low K rate, as you can see. Yeah, we'll talk about that bottom game later. And then Carrasco Nelson. Holy crap, guys. Runs, and more runs in that one. I think I saw a 10 or a 10.5 in that one. So, anyway, some interesting matchups. Take a screenshot of this. Hopefully, it helps you out. All the K rates, not a ton of high strikeout guys, as you can see. Lynn is the highest, 26.9. He's also one of the worst pitchers on this page, too. So, anyways, that is the pitcher report for July 6th. Now, let's go to the pen. All right, let's talk some bullpens. This is the second time we have showed the top 5 and bottom 5 bullpens and Sierra numbers, and I also added the ERA this time. So, if you haven't seen this before or heard of Sierra, Sierra is a skill interactive earned run average. So it eliminates factors the pitcher can't control himself, and it helps predict that ERA moving forward, as you can see below. So it's kind of like an expected ERA in a way for bullpens, but surprising one for me. Phillies with the lowest Sierra numbers right now. They have a 3.42 ERA, which means they're actually due for some more positive regression based on the Sierra numbers. So Marlins and Braves. Braves have been throwing well, hitting well. They do everything well. Blue Jays is also kind of a surprise, but they've been throwing well. 4.07 ERA, they're due for some positive regression a little bit too, according to the Sierra. But when you look at these, make sure you know, like, obviously each arm is different. Some games, maybe the bad arms are throwing, and you're like, well, wait a second, I thought they were good. So it's kind of hit and miss. Kind of, I would look at who the studs are in the bullpen if they've thrown the day before or anything like that. That might help. So bottom 5 Sierras, like I talked about before. I know some people didn't believe me, but the Reds have not been pitching well in the bullpen at all. It's kind of been covered up by their offense, but 3.82 ERA is pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad at all. I think it's like ninth or 10th in the league right now. But they're due for some negative regression at 4.76 Sierra. And then Cardinals are just struggling all around. Pirates also. We'll talk more about Pirates a little bit later. Rockies have been the bottom 5, I think, the whole season, as have the Nationals. So those are the top 5, bottom 5 Sierras. Hopefully, it kind of helps you out when you're looking at bullpens if you want to bet full games or first 5 or anything like that. So if you have any questions, let me know. But hopefully, it's just another piece to help you out. Now it is finally time for the best bets. All right, game number 1 takes us out to LA. We got the Dodgers hosting the Pirates. Dodgers money line minus 245. Pirates money line plus 200 with an over under of 8.5 runs. My best bet in this game, over 8.5 runs. I got this at minus 115 on FanDuel. I think it's at 9 on DraftKings. I still like it over 9. But let's go to the matchup. Johan Oviedo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but he's pretty much a below average pitcher, guys. Let's face it. You saw his ERA, expected ERA. It's average to below average. He doesn't miss a lot of bats, though. 19.2% K rate, as you saw earlier, and a 9% walk rate. So that's not good at all. Behind him, you get the Pirates bullpen. 5.73 ERA, 4.58 Sierra in the last 30 days, like you just saw. Bad bullpen, below average starting pitcher. That's good for runs. On the other side, I am dying if you can't tell by my voice. Julio Urias of the Dodgers. It's been a struggle for him. We all expected good things from him this year. The lefty, he hasn't been good at all. In his first game back since injury, gave up 5 earned runs to the Royals. Guys, I might be able to do better. That's a joke, but seriously, that's not good at all. He's given up a lot of home runs this year, 14 home runs in 58.1 innings, a low ground ball rate at 39.3%. These are 2 below average pitchers this year. The Dodgers bullpen has just been bad lately. It just has not been good. 2 bad pitchers, 2 bad bullpens, only 8.5 runs. I like it. Give me the over 8.5 as my bet number 1. Let's move on to the hitter parlay. All right, it's time for the hitter parlay today. That's right, I got three guys: Lane Thomas, Ahmed Rosario, and Luis Arias. One plus hit each at plus 126 on FanDuel. Let's talk Lane Thomas first, guys. He's going up against lefty Brandon Williamson. Versus lefties this year, Thomas is hitting 385 and 104 at bats. That's legit. He is hitting 301 on the season. He's just been solid. No one's really talking about him, but he has been solid. He has one plus hit in 18 of his last 20 games. Williamson gives up 9 hits per 9 innings, which is in the 44th percentile. So great matchup all around. Next one, Ahmed Rosario of the Guardians. He is hitting 333 in the last 7 days. He has one plus hit in 16 of his last 20 games and two plus hits in four of his last six. And he's facing my boy Jordan Lyles and this Royals bullpen. Lyles 8.7 hits per 9 innings, so he hasn't been good either. We know all about Lyles and all about this bullpen. Great matchup. He's hitting two in the lineup, so he should get 4 or 5 at bats in a high scoring game. So next one, Luis Arias. He's just a throw in at this point, right? Like he's just unbelievable. One plus hit in 16 of his last 18. He's hitting almost 400 on the year, 387. He's facing Jack Flaherty. 9.2 hits per 9 innings, which is in the 39th percentile. So good matchup. I mean, every time I put Arias in one of these hitter parlays just to give the some better odds, it seems like he gets a hit in his first at bat and it's over. It's pretty nice. So, anyways, Lane Thomas, Ahmed Rosario, Luis Arias, one plus hit each, plus 126 as my final bet. Let's move to that bets recap page. There it is, over 8.5. Pirates Dodgers minus 115. Thomas, Rosario, Arias, one plus hit each at plus 126. I'm probably gonna have it added play tomorrow. There's some things I was looking at, but the not all the props were out yet. So, but I really do like it. So I like those two bets. It's a different slate, that's for sure. But we'll find a third bet. Let's keep winning, baby. 13-3 run. Let's try to get another sweep. But enjoy your Thursday. Thanks for putting up with me during all my all the times my voice is going in and out. But thank you guys for the support. We'll talk to you guys later.